Welcome back to Learn SKN, and today we have a quick video for you. So as promised, CSEC released a revised version of their document outlining the topics for the examination period 2021. Now I would put revised in air quotes because I've been browsing through this document, and from what I'm seeing, there's hardly anything that have changed between the first one and the second one. So on your left, you have the revised version, the new one. On your right, you have the original one that was sent out around May the 14th or whenever it was sent out. And so I'm going to go through the only places that I've seen changes as it relates to POB, economics, agricultural science, and the rest. I haven't seen any changes. I have not seen any changes. The most I've seen is, of course, the intro. There's some, different colors and stuff like that. So I guess that's a change. I mean, you have different colors and different additional writing. So yeah, you have that change. But then when you come down to it, one of the major changes I've seen is the math areas, where they actually broke down the math topics, right? For the original one, look at AdMaths. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You have 2 questions from section 1, algebra, sequences, and series. But then what they did in the revised one is, okay, the same algebra, sequences, and series, but they actually broke it down further in the bullet points now. All right, so you have factor theorem, quadratics, sequence, and series. So they broke it down a little bit more. Same thing for number 2. 1 question from section 2, coordinates, geometry, vectors, and trigonometry. And so over here now they break it down, coordinates, geometry, trigonometry, to include the use of compound and double angle formula. So yeah, so they actually broke down the math areas a little bit more. But if you look at agricultural science, for example, double award, single award, right? On the old one, for the single award, we have 1 to 7. Over here, 1 to 7. For the paper tree, not applicable, same thing here. So you have land prep, crop management, animal nutrition, land prep, crop management, animal nutrition, animal products, farm organization and planning, same. So agriculture is the same. So we come down to history, basically the same. History is basically the same. But of course, I'll leave the link so you can look at it yourself. And then we're coming back, let's go to economics. Economics, here we go. The same. So this is the original, this is the revised. And the revised we have production, economic resources, and resource allocation. Production, economic resources, and resource allocation, demand and supply, market structure and failure, financial sector, international trade. Same thing. Very same thing. So we come down, you have your English A, English B, but we ain't concerned about those things. But I'm telling you now, they didn't even break out English like they did math. They just left English the same. A and B, English and literature, left them the same, basically. But as I said, I will leave the link so you can go through it further. So let's look at other things that we are concerned about on this channel. Let's look at Infotech for a second here. Infotech. Same. Very same. Right? So nothing has changed much. Maths. So here what I'm talking about, where they really broke it out is in math. In the original, they had a list. Number theory, consumer arithmetic, investigation, geometry, trigonometry. In the new one, the revised one now, you have algebra, symbolic representation, substitution, formulas, equations, blah, 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 blah. Computation, ratio, percentage. So they broke out the maths topics into different subtopics. That's the only change. That's the big revision. The big revision is that they broke out the math topics into subtopics from what I'm seeing. So let's go down to our POB and let's see what happens here. So principles of business right there. The original is on your right. So the left is the revised. Let's see, section 1, nature of the business. Section 1, nature of the business. Section 2, internal organization environment. Section 2, internal organization environment. Section 5, production. Section 5, production. Section 7, logistics and supply chain. Same thing. Section 9, role of the government. Same thing. As for the paper tree, same thing. Nothing changed. Big revision, nothing changed for most of the subjects. So let's look at MOB for a second here. Right, let's look at MOB. Management of business, here we go. That's the revised on the left. And the right, we have the original. And again, the same thing, the same topics. Alright, so let's not waste any more time with this video. The reality is, there was no real revision. Things are the same. You have to study the entire syllabus anyway, especially when how they outline it right here. The main areas of study are being provided to assist with the examination preparation. Okay, candidates are reminded that comprehensive knowledge of the syllabus is critical in preparation for CXC examinations, as the multiple choice paper will continue to assess the entire syllabus. So, yeah, I don't know what it's all about. Waste our time and their paper and whatever, and we release this nonsense. This did not need to be released. I guess they're trying to appease the government and whoever stakeholders are out there to say that they revised it, but the reality is they could have saved us all this time and effort and just leave it as it was, because like I said, the only big change was the math, where they broke out the topics into subtopics, and so nothing really to look at here. That's just it. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.